Welcome back to the Koaches Korner. This is Kerry Porter here talking to you live from East Orange, New Jersey, Paul Robeson Stadium. And in front of me is Coach Jacobs, John Jacobs, actually, because the fact that he's actually coming in on his second year coaching the Jaguars here at East Orange. Coach, welcome back. How you like being where you are right now? You have opportunity to expand upon what you did last year. 4-6 record, made the playoffs. Do you think you can actually run the table this time around?
I don't think any coach is thinking about running the table. We're just thinking about getting to game one, being in a good position to have a season where we could sustain something, late and meaningful games down in November.
Okay. And then with that being said, November is always going to be the prize, because that's where everybody trying to get the division, the section, and then now the regions, and now the state. With all that is said and done, and how the state came out last year as far as the number one, the top school in the group, how do you like the formula?
I think it's great. I think we've been longing for a long time to see us come down to a group state champ. Every other sport does it. Football was the only one that hasn't, so I think it was only a due time.
Due process. Yeah. And you have a couple kids turning back. You graduated 27 seniors this past year. Is that correct?
Somewhere in that number, yeah.
Yeah, and you have roughly about 16 seniors this year?
Probably, yeah.
Close to that? So with all that's being said, you got your rising seniors, rising juniors, and sophomores. What is it that we're looking for as far as talent-wise?
I think we got talented players.
Uh-huh.
Now it's going to be a matter of us getting them all in the right spots and, developing a good culture of toughness.
Okay. And with that being also said, how you said toughness. What it means to be tough in Jaguars?
To be able to perform in a critical moment.
Oh, really?
That's what we talk about all the time with the kids, just being able to perform in a critical moment.
And I saw what you had performed here. Kids were flying around, ripping around, even though without pads, but they were ripping around like they were playing in pads. Do you think that you still will be able to get that performance come to the start of the season?
Yeah, that's the challenge, right? That's what we're working towards for sure. Yeah, okay. I believe this group has it in them. They do.
So you think you'll be able to make a deep push this year?
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason why we can't. I think there's a lot of good competitive teams. We play a really talented schedule. I think if we can make it through that schedule, we certainly got a shot to make a good push.
Good. Well, this is a good segue. Your schedule. You got the same schedule as last year. Only thing is flipped.
Yeah.
The first 3 games are very much a gauntlet for you.
Yeah, no doubt.
Do you think that you have something ready in store for that first game?
Listen, I think that, like I said, I think the foundation that we're building now, a culture of toughness, a culture of discipline, that's going to give us the best chance to win come week 1.
Okay, week 1. Clifton.
Yes.
You think that's a new rival, or is that going to be something that y'all can overlook?
There's probably something to it. I think it's a good quality football game against 2 good quality football teams.
Okay. And then what transpired? How does the scrimmage with Wayne Hills come about?
I was there for a long time. Had some great fortune there with some great players and coaches, and we did a lot of winning over there and won some championships.
Yeah.
So we've always kept a really strong relationship. So we kind of like to get some work together.
Okay. Cool. So you think that, with that being said, with the coaches from Wayne Hills and now with the culture here at East Orange, is the exposure is it leveling up even further than what you have previously?
Listen, I think that, any college coach will tell you they're always going to make a trip to East Orange. We got brilliant kids here. We got talent here. I think that level of exposure always existed and always will here.
Okay. Out of your senior group, who's the one to look for?
We're fairly light in the senior class.
Yeah.
Obviously, Kyrie had a great junior year for us, and I think he's really ready to take the next level, and I think he's really ready to make himself an elite quarterback in high school.
Okay. And then You have any other coaches, schools of prominence that's coming to take a look at him? Or?
We have. Well, now with the new rules with the open recruitment period in the spring, we had multiple schools down here. I couldn't even, to give you the list with me.
Wow.
Yeah. But, luckily the rules changed, so we're allowed to do that.
Okay, cool. So you had a good representation across the board from D1 all the way down to D3, and even NAIA, JUCO, stuff like that. Okay, cool. Do you think that with all that being said, the clinics that's being put out there, what is it about the program here now versus what it was in the past? Let's forget about the championships that you had one year. What is it about now that you can actually differ from the rest going into the 23 season?
I don't look at it in terms of, necessarily having to be different.
Yeah.
To me, I've always had a great admiration for EO, for the city of EO, for the kids, for the culture, for the community. So, it's not about differentiating. It's just about doing what you want to do anywhere you are, just being better than you were yesterday. That's it.
That's it.
We're just trying to get better.
Trying to be better. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. There's a differentiation from the boys. I'm talking about I'm doing a series on girls sports and girls elite sports. And what I want to ask you, what is your thought on elite football, flag football for girls? How does that play into culture here?
I don't necessarily know if it plays into the culture here, but I think it's great for the girls. I think it's a great opportunity for them. They definitely, from the games that I've watched, I've observed a lot of enthusiasm. They've generated a lot of excitement. They bring in crowds, and I think, they get a chance to put their athleticism on display in a sport they really haven't had a chance to play. So I think it's great.
You think that is here to stay, girl?
I hope so. I certainly hope so.
Okay. And then what about the other sports that they are participating in that they say that girls are just as good as boys in some of those sports? What do you think about that? Being that we had Jessica play for you guys in the fall 2 years ago, do you think that you'll see more girls playing on the tackle team on the regular?
It's certainly a possibility. Certainly a possibility as they get more exposure to it, for sure.
Okay. And do you think that, with that being said, what kind of exposure do you think they would need in order to be able to get onto that level?
What level?
With the boys, play with the boys or tackle.
There's obviously different levels of participation.
Right.
You could be on a team.
Yeah.
You could be good enough to be a starter on a team.
Right.
You could be good enough to play sparingly on a team. So I think that's just going to be based on their ability, their talent, their commitment.
So they're going to be treated as equals no matter what they do, right?
Of course.
Okay, good. Coach, I appreciate your time. I'm going to come out here, support you guys no matter what. My last and final question. It's going to be a doozy. Jaguar Strong. What does it mean?
I think it just embodies all the things that we talk about. Love, trust, discipline, toughness.
And the fact that you lost a former player last year, I just want to touch on that because the fact that I know that it's been tough for the kids that graduated recently and those who are part of that are coming up now. What was the message coming into this season that you wanted to utilize as a learning tool?
There's no way to. It's very difficult to properly put, the loss of a young man's life in perspective.
Right.
It's just a matter of, things that we can do to honor his legacy the right way, and the decisions that our kids can make to try to do the best they can to keep themselves in situations where they're safe and that they're accompanied by the right people.
Okay. Now, on a more lighter note, what would you say if you came down to a neck and neck tie, a three-way tie between yourself, West Orange, and Irvington in the division?
Irvington's not in our division.
They're not in your division, but they are in your schedule. Okay. So if it came down to a three-way tie between a tie between West Orange, you guys, and Columbia, just for the heck of it, right? Where your money? I know your money is on you guys yourselves, but where's your money on as far as the other person of the team?
I don't know. I'm not an analyst.
You are not.
I'm not an analyst.
You're not an analyst.
Guys get paid. You guys get paid. I don't do that.
You're right. All right, no problem. But Coach, I'd like to take the time to say thank you for taking the time out.
Thank you.
And hopefully that we will see you all the way through the rest of the season.
Sounds good.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right.